can manifest anything and everything by simply following your happiness, by simply following your excitement. Yes, it can be that easy. In fact, this is how I've manifested a lot of the things, a lot of massive manifestations and life transformations without trying. This is really the secret to manifesting what you want and what you need before you even know you want or need it, before you're even really asking for it, or without even really thinking about it or trying at all. Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Juliet Cleary. I'm a manifestation coach. And if you resonate with this message, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, to subscribe and tap that bell icon. If you would like to work together, that information is in the description box below for you, as well as the link to my meditation channel. So you probably heard a lot of people talk about this, like Abraham Hicks always said, get happy and get what you want. Follow your happiness, follow your joy. Bashar always says, follow your highest excitement, follow your passion. It can be really, really fun and satisfying to manifest things intentionally, to really focus on them and focus them into being, like into form, to focus maybe specifically or generally, but to do certain processes and then to see something manifest, right? But I want you to not rely on the processes, because the processes don't give you anything, right? Manifesting processes don't give you any manifestations. So if you're like, I need to find the right process, you're the process. Whatever you believe in, whatever you resonate with will work for you. That's why some people can simply just decide that they will have something and they get it. It's just because they realize that they are the process, that they are the power, and that they can do it that way. And other times they will attract a process or a tool or a ritual or an action or a coach or whatever, an opportunity that helps them to resonates with them and helps them to manifest what they want. There's no right or wrong. But I want you to not rely so much on all the processes and all the steps and all this and that, and understand that it's about your level of frequency. It's about your level of consciousness. And if you are, this is why Abraham Hicks says this, why Bashar says this, and many other teachers, including Sarah Landon, who channels the council. When teachers say to follow your joy, to follow your happiness, to act on your excitement, it's because it places you in a higher frequency, a higher level of consciousness, to where there is no lack or separation. When you are at a higher level of consciousness, you are your whole self. You are one with your higher self. And guess what? Your higher self has a bird's eye view of your entire life, and you have direct communication. Go here, do this, right? Your manifestations around this corner. Like, you have complete guidance. Like, you're tuned to it. You always have the guidance, right? You always have that, but you're tuned into it. So you can hear it. You get the idea. You get the impulse. You meet the love of your life. You win the lottery. Like, there's just all these things that seem to happen to you. Have you ever heard of people who are like, things just come to me. I just manifest things. Things just happen to me. Like, they just find me. My desires find me. That's what that is. When you're in that higher level of consciousness, so you're operating more so on a high frequency. Not all the time. This is not about being perfect, okay? Please hear that. I'm not perfect, right? I'm not like up here all the time. You do not need to be. But when you're more often operating from a higher frequency, you're in that direct communication. It's literally like you have this secret book that tells you where everything you want is. Why this works is that excitement, joy, passion, fun, right? All those good feeling emotions, like even the ones of just like relief and ease and all of that, even interest, feeling interested in something. But let's just, use the word joy or excitement. That's how your higher self communicates with you. So every time you feel joy, or you feel like drawn to something in a positive way, you feel excited about something, even if it's like you're excited about getting a coffee from a place, you never know if you go to buy that coffee where that's going to take you, or who you're going to meet, or what's going to happen along the way. Trust in what's coming. And it's following your joy, following your excitement moment by moment. And it can look different in every moment, right? But how your higher self communicates with you is through that joy, that passion, that excitement. So when you do feel excited about something, or you do feel like that would be fun, or that would be joyful, or whatever, that's a good idea. That is your higher self talking to you and say, go this way, talk to that person, take this action. Ooh. Sometimes even your higher self is leading you into something that seems really trivial. Like, okay, my highest excitement right now is to go make a smoothie. Because they know that even just you getting up from, just say you're at your desk working and you're kind of a bit like all over the place. Maybe you're a bit overwhelmed. Like, okay, the best option from right here, right now, is I want to go make myself a smoothie. Your higher self knows, like, your higher self will give you those impulses, that intuition, that positive emotion in choices to guide you. And that choice of making the smoothie could just be for you to get up and do something, which instantly will shift your vibration, therefore put you in a better state of receiving for you to attract something you want. It's not always this thing of like, oh, it's going to lead you to the winning lottery ticket. It can be putting you in the perfect state for someone to give you a gift, or for some like incredible thing to happen for you, or for you to then go back to your work and you're in this total new energy, and the content that you create from that, or the work that you do from that, is phenomenal, gives you incredible results. So you have to really trust that, because your higher self will communicate with you through passion, through excitement, through joy. And so this is what Bashar says, right? The thing to ask yourself is, in each moment, it's actually what many teachers teach. What is the best feeling option right now? What holds the most excitement? Which could just be that you feel like taking a nap, or you feel interested in doing something, or it could be something you feel really excited about, right? Whatever holds the most excitement or the most joy. What would bring me joy right now? It's consistently checking in with yourself, because that is the internal GPS system. So you're going to be guided to everything that you want and need. And seriously, if you will just let go and actually do this, not try to do this, not try to get your manifestations by doing this, but actually just do it. Just do it. Follow your happiness, because you deserve to be happy. Act on your excitement, as Bashar says. Continue to make choices that elevate you or make you feel better. Watch what happens. And you got to do this consistently. And this is not a thing of like, okay, I'll do it and I'll see what I get. No, you can't. You can't do it from that state. But even, it's not to try and get something. It's a way of life. It places you in such a identity and level of consciousness that you want to live in, because you will be a magnet to everything you want, and you will be guided. You will know what to do, when to do it, who to contact, and how. Many of you know that I have talked about this so many times over the years since I first started my channel, right? My YouTube channel. And especially in 2020, when I had massive life changes, like a change in environment, a change, in relationships, a change in, more money, business, clients, health, multiple healings, losing weight, like clearing skin, like all these things, like just incredible changes that I was just like, oh my God. It was like, one week I was this person living this life, and the next week I'm in a different life, like I'm in a different reality. Drastic changes. Okay, I really want to emphasize like how big, like I just couldn't have predicted this, right? And just one thing after the other. I'm just like, what? Because I didn't even try. I wasn't sitting there every day like, how do I manifest all these things? How do I get my ideal relationship? How do I do this? How do I fix this? I dropped that. I let that go. It was not working. And it's funny because at the time I attracted some, worsening of situations. Like my health got worse and I put on weight and, things were just kind of stagnant in my previous relationship. There was just like all these things. I'm just like, and you would say, oh, that's a negative thing. What did you do to attract these negative things? Not negative. It helped me to see that I wasn't being myself and that I wasn't happy. And I'm like, oh, I didn't really realize I wasn't happy. And my priority was that I just wanted to be happy. So from all those things, it made me realize that like the way I had been going about things of like, and I had manifested incredible things, right? But there were still things that were just not working. And like I said, things that got worse to point me in a different direction. They're like, hey, shake me a little bit. But I just, I was trying and I was trying to fix things and I was trying to manifest things and I was so focused on the problems. I didn't realize how often I was complaining about things and that I wasn't really doing things that I loved and wasn't really having a great time. And because I realized that, I'm like, okay, I just want to be happy because I've been trying to do all this for so long and it hasn't been working and I'm not happy. So let me just be happy. Like it wasn't to try and get anything. Because if you're still trying to get something and trying to make something happen by following your happiness or following your highest excitement, then you're still trying and you're still coming from that lackful thing because you're like, I still need to get something in order for me to be happy. Can you see that? So I was done doing that. I was done. And I just decided I'm going to be happy. And all my decisions were based around that. Like, oh, the way I'm thinking about this right now, is this making me happy? Okay, what can I do to feel a bit better? Not because I have to or because I should, because you still can manifest things when you're unhappy. I mean, I have. I definitely have. So I started making decisions and taking actions and, implementing habits purely based on the motive of following my happiness. And, one thing after another, I started, like I mentioned many times, I started exercising, not to get a result. I did want to lose weight. That was the bonus. But I started it because I thought it would feel good and it felt amazing. I started appreciating so much more. I had a gratitude journal every single day. And anytime I would go to complain about something, I would just shift it into like, what can I appreciate about this person or this situation or myself or in general? And I started getting outside more. I started going for more walks. I started to do things like a lot of like hobbies and interests and passions that were just fun, right? And I'm just really taking the time to love myself and nurture myself and do the things that I love to do as often as I possibly could. I then started meditating every single day, which just raised my consciousness even higher. Didn't realize that that's really what I was doing and just kind of went like just made things even more magical. And it was like 2 weeks after, like it was a few months of doing this, like a couple of months. And then 2 weeks after introducing the meditation as well as really, really just doing more of what I love to do and just focusing less on problems and less on trying to fix things. And then healings, manifestations, solutions, old relationship gone, new person right there, starting to lose weight, more clients, more fun. Just things just started happening and I was just awestruck. I could not have possibly guessed that was going to happen. And all of these massive changes, massive like manifestations that just meant so much to me, that just put me on a complete different track. I also attracted, a new house, a new environment, and much more since then. But my point is that I didn't try. I wasn't trying to manifest things. In my meditations, I would sometimes tap into the feeling of what it's like to already have what I want, but I didn't put much stress on that because I wasn't doing the meditations for that purpose. And moment by moment, this is really important. It's moment by moment to the best of my ability. I'm choosing things and choosing thoughts, making choices, doing things that made me feel good, which I didn't realize was placing me at such a high frequency that I could no longer be with my partner. We were not in resonance anymore. So I attracted someone new. I also could no longer live where I was living. So I attracted something else. I also could not have, the issues in my body. And so when I say be the person who has what you want to quantum jump, this is what it really means, because I was basically being the whole different person. I just wasn't doing it intentionally. I was truly living life joyfully. I wasn't doing it to try and get something again, because then you're in lack, right? You're in lack. I got all these things that I wanted without trying to manifest them because I was simply being the new person. I was simply raising my frequency by being happy, not trying to be. I had tried that. I did do a phase of trying to do things that I like so I can change my life. No, I'm not trying to manifest things anymore. I'm just wanting to be happy and I'm acting on that. And in any moments where I was still upset or doubting or complaining or spiraling, I let that be okay and just let it go. And then once I'm done, I continue back to focusing on my happiness. And you just can't even guess what ways it's taking you. Your higher self is guiding you, because even the most trivial, the impulses that come through of I really want to, go sit outside. That can simply be to raise your frequency so that money can just come to you. Do you understand that manifestations can come to you so easily in ways that you couldn't possibly imagine? So don't be too insistent that things have to come through a certain path or a certain person or a certain avenue, because it can just blow your mind of how things can happen for you. And I'm experiencing this now as well, as I am really acting on my excitement and following my happiness. Joe Dispenza always talked about that too in his meditations of your desires will find you. They come to you because you emit the frequency that matches that, and you don't even have to think about what you want. You can just have it come to you. You can just be in this flow, and that's what it really is. You're moving with the natural flow of life, because there is a natural flow. Think of it like life is like a stream, okay? And if you move with the flow, it's going to take you everywhere that you need and want to go. But if you don't trust that and you're kind of disconnecting from that flow and you're going in this direction, that direction, then you're not going down the stream to everything you want to need. You're going all these other directions. You're taking the long road, which is fine too, because everything serves you, everything benefits you. But if you go with the flow, you are going to be blown away. You really have to trust in yourself, and you really have to trust in your higher self that it's got you and it knows exactly what you want and what you need, and you just let go a little bit more. It can still lead you to actions, of course. It can still lead you to manifesting processes that feel exciting and resonate with you. And so don't not take action, because I was still doing some manifesting processes here and there, and I was doing a gratitude journal. I would occasionally script, right? Back in 2020, I would occasionally visualize. When I felt inspired to, I was moving with the flow of what's literally what your higher self is telling you to do, guiding you every step of the way. As opposed to you disconnecting from that power, being in the lack and the separation and the worry and trying to figure it all out yourself. You're not alone. You don't have to do this alone. It can be so easy for you. And this is the new earth that we're shifting into now. This is the the higher level of consciousness that we're shifting into now, that we're in now. You can tap into this now. You can do this now. And it's easier now than ever before. So even if you've tried to do this, which means you're not actually doing it, you're trying it. But even if you've done this before, do it now. Everything is going to be easier from here forth. Everything, if you're choosing this new way of life, this new earth, this new level of consciousness, manifestation, and life in general is going to get easier and easier for you. That formula leaves nothing out on any subject. It covers everything because you're going to be guided to all of it. And again, you're in a higher level of consciousness where you don't experience separation, right? Do you hear that? You don't experience lack or separation in that higher frequency. Therefore, if there's no separation, you just get everything you want. Because the truth is, you're not actually separate from any of your desires. You are not separate from anything that you want. But when you're in a lower level of consciousness, a lower frequency, you believe you are. And so because you will always experience what you believe or assume to be true, that will be your experience. But as you raise your consciousness, you raise your frequency, you do not experience separation or lack, and therefore you do not believe in it, and therefore you let yourself be guided and you let things just come to you. So please give yourself permission to actually do this. Just go all in. Tell me now in the comments, what's the worst thing that could happen? Why wouldn't you do this? Why wouldn't you do this? And I don't want to hear things like, I can't, because you can. You can. It doesn't mean that you're jumping up and down happy and excited all the time. No. It's more that like you're in this kind of carefree, following your happiness. Like I've said before, if you knew that what you want was going to show up in 3 weeks, how would you show up to life? You're just having fun. You're being happy. You're doing things you love. You're carefree. You're not really worried about things. That's the state. And then follow the impulses as opposed to defaulting what I should do. This is what I should do now. This is what I usually do now, where you're not being guided. Let me know in the comment section if you actually have done this and you've seen how you can manifest things without even trying. So continue to take actions, continue to do things that you want to do or you have to do right now. Continue to do processes when they feel good to do so, the ones that actually resonate with you. You don't have to do a specific process that actually doesn't resonate with you. Choose the ones that do. But no matter what you do or don't do, follow your happiness. Like just follow your excitement and you will always, always, always be guided and led and supported. And you will experience magic and miracles and synchronicities and things that just make you feel like you are dreaming, which you are. So let me know what you thought. Comment below if you enjoyed this video and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Make sure to share this with anyone who you think it may help. And if you would like to work together, that information is in the description box below for you. Have an amazing day and I'll see you next time.